Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Who is this? Big shout out to everyone watching. It's Jrod Point. I am him. Big shout out to Amy Conway. Big shout out to Rock Chalk. Big shout out to Lily Moon. Big shout out to all the new members that are part of this channel, sponsored and brought to you by Rock Chalk True Crime. Make sure that y'all go and subscribe to Rock Chalk True Crime. Big shout out to the sister. Thank you so much for being here. As always, supporting the channel. As you always do, not just to our channel, but in the same way you support many other people in the YouTube true crime niche and also outside of it as well. Big shout out any hit different when we have in the chat Rock Shock True Crime, and also big shout out to Amy Conway. Thank you so much for being here, very so much. I appreciate it. We are gonna get to it. Today's topic is the Idaho 4 Bryan Kohberger case. Bill Thompson malicious prosecution exposes University of Idaho murders. This is not the very first time that we speak about malicious prosecution. We've been talking about malicious prosecution in the Idaho 4 Bryan Kohberger case since 2022. It'll be a very focused topic that we've been having here since way back then. I gotta say, I appreciate everyone that have been paying attention and watching our channel since 2022. I thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for all those views. Thank you so much for all those likes and always being here as well. Big shout out to everyone. How the ladies are doing today in the chat. Let's start with that. How everyone doing in the chat? We got Rock Chalk in the building. We're gonna get to the chat. Let's round up with the chat real quick. All right. 1 second here. My check 1 2 1 2. Amy Conway advised everyone to please make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and share the content. Big shout out to Amy Conway. Thank you so much for being here. Very appreciated. Big shout out to everyone watching. Thank you for being here. Very appreciated. We're looking through the chat. I want to make sure we don't miss nothing. Lily Moon say hi everyone. I think she just went to sleep. She just went to sleep. Big shout out to Lily Moon. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And while we're checking up the chat, we have Rock Shock True Crime with the bang bang. Big shout out with the super chat. We are another 10. Thank you so much. Rock Shock True Crime. We are another 10 for the channel. And she says sharing the love because I can, because I got it like that, because I have worked hard all my life to share the love, share the wealth. Big shout out to Rock Shock True Crime. Thank you so much. Her link is pinned on top of the chat. Make sure everyone go and subscribe to Rock Shock True Crime. The phone is being on fire today. Yeah. I gotta say, big shout out. The phone is being on fire today. Big shout out. Let's see what we got here. 1 second, please. All right, everything good, everything couple steady. Big shout out to everyone on the text. Big shout out to everyone on the chat. Very so much appreciated. Today we are talking about the Idaho 4 Bryan Kohberger case. Bill Thompson malicious prosecution exposes the University of Idaho murders. This is a topic that I think this is a topic that we cannot stop stressing because it's very important, right? Especially for those that like to be Bryan Kohberger guilters. For those people, it's special. Okay, If you are one of those people that are a Bryan Kohberger guilter, right? I advise you to make sure that your prosecution side of things it makes sense and that everything is laid out, and first and foremost that everything or anything that you share to your community, if you are a YouTube true crime content creator or whatnot, um you should make sure that if you're a guilter as a YouTube true crime content creator, if you're a guilter, just make sure that whatever you put out there when you say this man is cooked, make sure that first and foremost that applies to the case. First and foremost, make sure that applies to the case first and foremost. Okay. So it's very important. It's very important that us as community we have these conversations because again, for those people that like to say and like to talk about like, well, we do this for the victims and whatnot. All right, cool. So if you are so focused on the victims and whatnot, okay, well you are on the right to do so, right? So why won't you make sure that you pay attention to the case first and foremost, so like that you're not out there looking stupid? Cause just cause you wanna farm favors with legacy media, that don't mean that at one point or at some point they are gonna look at you to bring you over to their shows. A chance for that to happen is a 1%. Because first and foremost, you have to be charismatic, which you're not. You have to be very analytical, which you're not. Um, and first and foremost, overall involved, you have to pay attention to the case. So when you speak those things that you talk about and you try to blame the Bryan Kohberger situation in this case or whatnot, at least you could sound some kind of, I don't know, conversational. Because these people that they sound conversational and it's not about if they being right or wrong. They just talking about things and looking through angles. That's okay. But when you're trying to be so direct on a take, like, do you believe that Bryan Kohberger is guilty because whatever is being presented at this day today? Okay, cool. None of the stuff that y'all been talking about will never stick in court. First and foremost. And when you have the prosecution side of things, since day one, fucking up the whole investigation, and then due to they know that they fuck up so bad in this investigation, now they try to save face, trying to win this case from the very beginning. They trying to win this case in the court of public opinion with nothing, with stories that if for those people that have paid attention to the case, it don't make no sense. They only preying on the people that are very low IQ or they have mental problems or people that actually they really don't care about the niche. Like they listen to it, but they don't care enough to actually pay attention and investigate themselves. Or at least not investigate, but at least just look around. Just look around. Don't get stuck on stupid. Just look around. Just pay attention to multiple other content creators, big content creators, small content creators, YouTube creators, TikTok creators, Kick creators. Rumble sucks. No one is on Rumble. Like that Rumble shit is dead. Those on Rumble suck. We all know that. We don't even pay attention to those people in Rumble. It's a waste of fucking time. We barely pay attention to TikTok. Like, it's TikTok content creators coming to YouTube because TikTok sucks. TikTok sucks. It sucks. Yeah, you get a lot of engagement because it's a short, small videos and shit, and you sound and look stupid while you at it. So yeah, it's gonna farm views because it is what it is. But yeah, yeah, Rock Shock, yeah, you said it. You said it better than that I could have said it. Rumble is like for rejects, like YouTube rejects and shit. Like people that don't have the charisma, that don't have the witty, um, people that are snake and had backstab other people, and they're not like, you know what I mean? Like people that turn their own back on their own true crime community and shit, you know what I mean? Like those people, they go to Rumble over there, wasting their motherfucking time because it's like a like why we even gonna go outside of YouTube? We have legacy media and we have all the major news media outlets, corporations like the NFL and many other. They have an exclusive ticket to YouTube. YouTube is the biggest streaming platform out there. Some people could argue Twitch, but Twitch is for gaming. But streaming platforms, and yeah, other people streaming Twitch and whatnot, and just chat. But guess what? Those same Twitch streamers, every time they go live, they don't have on demand. So every single live stream is gone. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Over here in YouTube, you put the work, and you get to remember this work. People get to go back and play those videos from way back then and see you grow as a content creator. Yeah, me too, Rock Shock. Me too. Yeah, I used to stream on Twitch and whatnot, but it's like it's a waste of time. Like if I focus the 100% on my content creation time on YouTube, I know I'll be prosper. It has shown the results. The results has speaking for themselves. Like in a year, we right back where we was and better, with more support, with more people, new eyes and ears that want to listen to the criminal cases that we talk about, which we appreciate the curiosity. Big shout out to Rock Shock. Yeah, I stay right here. I stay right here in YouTube True Crime. There's really no reason for me to go nowhere else. Oh, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rock Shock. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Big shout out to Rock Shock on her birthday, belated birthday. Thank you so much for your love and support and sponsorship. So today we're talking about the Idaho 4 Bryan Kohberger case. Bill Thompson malicious prosecution exposes the University of Idaho murders. So what we talking about? We're talking about a situation. No, thank you, Rock Shock. I appreciate you so much. We're talking about a situation we a big college in a small town. Big college, small town. In this case, is the Moscow, Idaho Township. And it's been stories, it's been legendary, urban legends that has spoke about the corruption in Moscow, Idaho when it comes about Moscow PD and very weird situations that it comes from the University of Idaho students There's some murders that have happened. It has gone by, they have scrubbed down the rug for what it seems like. It seems like the powers to be in that locality has focused their assets to if it's any mishap or any hiccup from some exclusive members of their community, those hiccups are going to be covered. It don't matter how big or small those issues will be. Again, I want to send a shout out to everyone that is in the chat. Thank you so much. Very appreciated for your attention. You are listening to On Point True Crime and your host, the host of the most thing to the tango, Gene to the Django, Jrod On Point. And I'm here to have a conversation with you about the Idaho for Bryan Kohberger case. Now that I see that you have time to have a conversation about it. It's a pleasure for me to be here. Um, So to talk about this case and go in detail with everything that it has transpired from the very beginning of this case, I want to go back. I don't know for those that are here and have time to have a conversation. I would love to really go back in time. I would really would love to go right back in time. For example, go back to these times right here. Go back to these days right here. I don't know if you could tell, but we have the very first live stream about the Idaho for Bryan Kohberger case press conference, right? The very first live stream, 1 second, please. Give me 1 second. And it's actually it's very noticeable that in the very first live stream you have the phone number of the tip line. I don't know if y'all have paid attention, right? I don't know if y'all have paid attention at all whatsoever. But this is been there since day one. And I don't know if y'all realize, right? The very first was November 16. This crime occurred. This crime occurred November 13. They had to put their information on how they were about to approach they needed to put it together of how they were going to share the information in hand. What's the situation in hand? So it seems like, unfortunately, we have 4 students of the University of Idaho dead in a sorority house. Inside of a very particular and exclusive community that not everyone and not anyone could hang out in these areas, because these areas, as the news media outlets told ya, this one particular community is called a Greek life community. Everyone that live surrounding this particular house, everyone belongs to a very particular community that is called the Greek life, that oversees the fraternities and sororities of the University of Idaho students. Hopefully, I have made myself clear for those that are slow sitting in the back. This is what happened on this particular exclusive community of students of a very 1% of the studentship in the whole United States of America. The very 1%. Not everyone is accepted. Not everyone is accepted to the University of Idaho. So we have 4 young students that passed away. They got killed, murdered, slaughtered, however you want to call it, inside of a private house that resides nothing but sorority young ladies from the University of Idaho. It's called a sorority house. Privately owned sorority house. So we have 3 young ladies and a young man that died in what is now called a slaughterhouse. God forbid what happened in that house that night. But something that we know for sure, something that we do know for sure, is that whoever was inside of this residence when the crime occurred is fully aware of who committed the crime and is fully aware of the reasons why. If anyone was inside of that residence when this crime occurred, this crime is of such a magnitude that is undeniable. And I hope you are listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth. The event, the tragedy, it was catastrophic. It was undeniable what was happening in this residence at that time. Can we all agree in the chat, the few people that are here, can we all agree that whoever that was inside the house heard and possibly saw, and if they didn't saw, they heard the commotion and what was going on at the moment of the crime occurring? Amy Conway said, in my opinion, brother, DM and BF might have been put in there on purpose. But you see, they were put in there on purpose because Moscow PD put them both in a situation that they have to deal with in a certain way. Because if they are not going to be looked at as suspects, right, they have to mandatory them being looked at as victims, even though nothing happened to them. Even Judge Hippler referred to them. Even Judge Hippler referred to them as victims. When Dylan Mortensen, when first and foremost, Bethany Fong is nowhere in paperwork as a victim. In nowhere, no shape, no form, Bethany Fong is recognized as a victim in court paperwork. It's like it don't matter what the judge say out of his mouth. He's just saying that out of the kind of his heart. But in reality, Dylan Mortensen can't even barely be not even a witness. Dylan Mortensen is not even a good witness in this case. Because anything that she could have told you, it leads you to nowhere. And she knows that if you're not going to arrest her, you're not going to press charges upon her of any type of charges, she's not going to cooperate. She's not going to say nothing. It's like in that interrogation that he says in the paperwork, she did not identify Bryan Kohberger. And the description that she gave to the cops, that could be anyone. That could be a male. That could be a female. That could be anyone, but definitely not Bryan Kohberger. Because she said that the person was like 5'8", 5'10". Ain't that on the same paperwork that they put out? It ain't that in the same paperwork that they put out? I just want to be clear in what we're saying. I just want to be very, very clear in what we're saying. Then Dylan Mortensen said that the assailant was 5'8", 5'10". Bryan Kohberger is over 6 feet. He could never been passed by or asked like a 5'8", 5'10" height person. It's impossible. So calling Dylan Mortensen a victim is not accurate, because she didn't went through nothing that night. And as we could tell, she's not affected at all by this situation, because friends of her came out, and while they were asking her, she was all right. She said, "Why you acting weird?" So obviously, for her friend to say that means that she really didn't care about none of the shit that it was happening. For her, it was nothing. Because why is she gonna reply to her friends like, "Yeah, I'm okay. Why you acting weird? Like ain't nothing. Hey, why you acting weird? Oh, it's nothing. Nothing has happened. Like, what the fuck? Why you acting weird?" Allegedly, through one of her friends, that came out of her mouth. I totally agree with what Amy Conway is saying. I totally agree with that. She's a fabricated witness. So I want you to listen to what these people had to say. I just want you, I just want to go back. I just want to go back and play the record. And I want you to listen what these people had to say back then. And we could keep having a great conversation. Let's pay attention and listen. Let's be patient. Hopefully, you have time.
My name is Chief James Fry with the Moscow Police Department. I'm going to be reading from my notes today because I want the information you received to be extremely accurate. We know you have questions, and so do we. That is why we're here. I'd like to thank everyone for attending this press conference. Joining me today is the Latah County Prosecutor Bill Thompson, University of Idaho President Scott Green, Provost and Vice President Tori Lawrence, University of Idaho Dean of Students Blaine Eccles, Latah County Sheriff Richie Skiles, Chief Deputy of Latah County Tim Best, Idaho State Police Colonel Kedrick Wills. The Moscow Police Department would like to extend our condolences to all family members, friends, the University of Idaho, and the Moscow community. This was a horrible crime that took the lives of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kiely Goncalves.
At that point, he couldn't even say her name right, even having it written down on the paper. That's absurd.
This horrible crime has affected all of us, the families, the University of Idaho, our community, our country, and our officers. Agencies that are involved in this task force include Latah County Sheriff's Office, the Idaho State Police, and the Federal Bureau of Investigations. As we continue our investigation, we have learned that Ethan and Xana were at a party on campus, and Madison and Kiely were at a downtown bar. They arrived home sometime after 1:45.
That was one of the first lies of this case. In November 16, 2022. That was like the immediate lie. That was the first lie that it came out of their mouth, because that was a lie. They did not got that. Kiely and Maddie did not got home by 1:45. They left the grub truck by 1:58. How can they ever, like, if it takes 2 minutes from the grub truck to get to their house? Okay, so they got there at 2 o'clock. If you ask me, it was like 2:05. If you ask me, it was like 2:05. If they went direct from the grub truck to the house, it was like 2:05. The Chapin family said 2 o'clock is a very dark time. But if you ask me, in my expert opinion in this case, they don't know what they're talking about. They just don't. They just guessing at that moment when they said that. You know what I mean? But that was the very first lie that it came out of Moscow PD. Very first lie. And everything occurred in the way we've been putting it together, deliver and give it to the investigative body, and give it to Ann Taylor. It's fair to say that if indeed Ethan and Xana was at the grub truck, they left the grub truck by 2:10. So they get to the house like what? 2:15, 2:20. So we're talking about around 2:30. So we're talking about by 2:30, everyone should be at the house. By 2:30, it's people at the house. By 2:30, it's a gathering, it's a party. As always, it's business as usual at 2:30 in the morning inside of that house. Everyone is up. It's people, it's guests. It's Kiely very last day with the crew. It's been confirmed already that that day, that night, at that time, it was people. It was a party going on. It was music going. It was a little bit get together, like that we could talk. It was a little get together. It was a little get together. It was multiple people besides the regulars. It was multiple other people besides the regulars inside of that residence. As the information comes out, as the sources said, it was a party at that house at 2:30. So what happened in between 2:30 and 3 o'clock? Whatever is happening between 2:30 to 3 o'clock is enough for Kiely try to call her ex-boyfriend at the moment, Jack the call multiple times. She called multiple times and either tried from her friend's phone. Because obviously, Jack the call didn't want to answer her phone at that moment for whatever reasons. As the story goes, at almost 3 o'clock in the morning, the call stopped. And not later after that, Kiely's phone got shut off. That's the premises. That's the premises of this case. Let's continue.
If anyone in our community or across our nation has any information about these times or the victim's whereabouts, please call our tip line at 208-883-7180. The facts of the case that we know right now. We know that these homicides occurred in the early morning hours of Sunday, November 13th. Around noon, Moscow officers received a call of an unconscious person.
By noon, they received a call of an unconscious person. Why would you even have a call for an unconscious person? That's the third lie. Actually, not the third, that's the second lie. The first lie, it was the time of the victims arriving to the residence. That was the first lie. Now, the second lie is that it was a call made to 911 for a pass out roommate that we could all agree they could not have no type of indication or alert that it was a pass out roommate when a shit load of blood and bodies mangled inside the house, visible, undeniably visible for the tenants that is still alive at that moment inside of that residence. Because as the story goes, this massacre happened and occurred with 2 alleged surviving roommates inside the house. If you ask me, that's impossible for that to even happen unless you are part of the setup of that crime, unless you have taken part some way, somehow in this crime. Is no way, no how that this massacre is occurring inside the house with that such an anger and rage, which that same anger and rage was supposed to be taken upon the victims. We don't wish them that at that moment, but that same anger that it was taken upon Ethan, Sana, Kiely, and Maddie was supposed to be taken upon everyone and anyone inside the house at the moment of this crime occurring. In the only way you would have survived this type of crime with this such a magnitude. Listen, if you're inside of the house, is no motherfucking way that you will survive that crime. Because whoever committed that crime, if they know you are inside the house, you're getting killed too. It don't matter who the fuck you are. Let's get that clear. If you are not part of the circle of these killers, if you some way, somehow, you didn't took part on the setting up of this killing, and if some way, somehow, you are not part of what they are part of, you would have got killed at the moment of this crime occurring. Because they know for a fact they cannot count on you. They know for a fact that they can commit this atrocious crime, and someone with a heart, it don't matter if they know the victims or not, but someone with a heart will snitch the fuck out of them. Big shout out to Kiely. Thank you for being here. Very appreciate it. Anyone with a heart that know what was going on would have called 911 right away. Because if you was inside the house and you hearing these poor victims getting slaughtered, in the only way you don't call 911 is because you are part of their inner circle. And they know that they could trust you. They know that you're going to act accordingly. They know you're going to say the right things, even though are the wrong things to say. They knew that they doing this to the first floor because it's confirmed, like what I was telling you in 2022. I have to give myself a pat on the back. I have to give myself and give yourself a pat on the back. Because I was telling you back then when people were saying, oh no, the door was closed. The door was closed, to try to act like it was no way, no how that Dylan would even have an idea what the fuck happened inside the house. And everybody was saying like, yeah, the door was closed. Hunter had to open the door. Fucking lying for Dylan. Try to make Dylan look like no, she didn't know. She didn't have no idea what the fuck was going on. Bitch, I told you that door was open. Didn't I tell you in 2022? The Santa's door was open. I told you. It's the videos to prove it. That I said that. And they say that Murphy's door was open. There's no way, no how that puppy, if that door was open, that puppy would not sit there like a good boy and just wait for someone to pick him up. Because that puppy got needs. He's hungry, gotta go and pee, gotta go and poop. And that dog, if that door was open, would not stay there. They fucking lying. They found the puppy. They found Kiely's door closed and shut. They lying about the facts of this case. That dog slept with Kiely and Maddie. And as everything it looks like that Kiely and Maddie was spending their last night hanging out in their room, hanging out in Maddie's room. Obviously, they were not asleep. That's another lie that they want to tell you, that they were asleep and they didn't see it coming. If you ask me, this case already started day one with 3 motherfucking lies. Many more to come. And this is just in the very beginning of this case. We don't even have to even talk about Bryan Kohberger. We're talking about the first motherfucking day. It was already lies about this case coming from the prosecution and the investigative body. But right now we have the lie of they getting home at 1:45. So let's listen to all the boojai that they have to talk about. Amy Conway says Sana was at the bar. Sana, that first interview stated that she was at a bar. She was underage. They had that fuckery started. Yeah, you see, and they also hiding, the fact. They're hiding the fact that we could talk about. A fact that we could talk about of fellow fraternity members purchasing alcohol to their younger members that are not legal to drink. The receipt is out there. The receipt, Moscow PD, the receipt of Ethan paying his fellow fraternity member, hey, bud, here, this is for the alcohol. That shows proof of a major violation of Sigma Chi. Bannable. And Sigma Chi is on probation already. Just that one detail by itself, it wouldn't be the end of Sigma Chi if they would have highlight that shit. If they would have highlight that one of the dead victims, and this is why they want to talk about the victims being in a possible state of intoxication, but the coroner said that they didn't have to do no toxicology, so no toxicology was done on the victims. What the fuck we talking about? Are we being real? Are we having these conversations? Making us think that the victims were sleeping and under the influence of something for this crime to occur in the way it occurred? But the coroner said that it was no toxicology done to these victims. What we're talking about? What are we talking about? Let's keep listening to the lies, though. Let's keep listening to the lies, because again, and I repeat, the fact of a receipt of a victim They could be under the influence of alcohol at the time of their death. We have receipts saying that he paid a fellow fraternity member, fellow fraternity brother, for alcohol services, while he and his girlfriend are not legal to drink. That detail by itself is bannable for Sigma Chi, especially if they were like they are or were on the probation around that time. Confirm. That detail by itself would have got Sigma Chi the fuck out of there. But no, we still have a Sigma Chi inside of the University of Idaho, right? Giving the scholarships and shit. Huh? Rendering services to the community of the Greek life community. Ain't that more important than actually getting to the bottom of corruption of all levels? I'm talking about all levels of corruption, not just in the University of Idaho, fraternities, the Greek life community, the Greek council, and all these, like Moscow PD, the mayor, all this shit that is happening in that township. It's a lot of things to talk about that they don't talk about. But we are paying attention.
Officers discovered the bodies of Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kiely Goncalves inside the residence on King Road.
Amy Khan would say, when the Chapin stated, not a love triangle or drugs. It was day after they could not know that the university told them what to say. So you see, like when they say that, the first thing we think is that they know something the law enforcement either told them, like for them to share that, it has to be a type of share that it comes only from law enforcement. Because why they even gonna say something that, let's say for example, law enforcement wouldn't back up, or the University of Idaho wouldn't back up? You know what I mean? So yeah, I agree with you, Amy Conway, when you say that we could have the University of Idaho definitely telling them the script. I agree with that though, because remember, we have the University of Idaho in the background doing damage control. You know what I mean? So yes, we could expect the University of Idaho or Moscow PD giving them, or Bill Thompson, the office of the DA office, giving them the script, you know. But again, in the same way, I don't know, in the same way, it seems the prosecution, the investigative body, really not talking too much to the family members. That's what they say. They could say that, you know, be sneaky about it. But we could only determine that if they been quiet to the Goncalves family. I believe that they be quiet to the rest of the family members. You know what I mean? Like that indicates me that. And another thing, Amy Conway, with that comment that you put out, that we have on the screen, this is a very important comment though. Big shout out to Amy Conway, boss lady in the chat. because they said this type of like right away. It really didn't took too long for them to share this type of thoughts. So we could only presume that this comment comes out of the investigation. Because for them to say, okay, no love triangle. So what you mean with that? Have you thought about that, Amy? Like what she meant with that, not love triangle. And we talking about when she said that she could only say that on the terms of Ethan and Sana sleeping with Kiely and Maddie. That's in the only way. That's in the only way that she could have met that. Because it's no other reason for her to even say that. So what she mean with that is she means that Ethan did not got killed because he slept with those girls. You know what I mean? They right away inferred that Ethan did not got killed because he slept with those girls. And I'm talking about Kiely and Maddie, because if he did, that means that the Sana was cool with that. She was probably taking part of it. You feel me? Like that's the type of conversation that these people don't want to have. You know what I mean? Have conversations of what could it be? Possible motives outside of what people's talking about right now. Because at this day today, in the Bryan Kohberger angle things, it's not even a motherfucking motive. Listen, it's no evidence, it's no motive, it's no evidence, it's no connection. We don't have a fucking thing about the Bryan Kohberger case. They don't have a fucking thing. They just have like air, gas out the mouth. That's it. Everything that they saying is whatever their imagination could put together, literally. And it don't make no sense. It is, listen, is some people that are so arrogant that they really think that they could motherfucker lie to you with a straight face, and you're gonna be like, yep, whatever you said, boss. No, fuck out of here. Ain't no stupid people out here. What are you talking about? If you think the people stupid out here, you are more stupid and stupider. What make you think that you are able to say whatever the fuck you say out your mouth, and we will believe that shit? When something is a lie, it will never make sense, and we will always find out at the end. Is no lie in the world, in the history of humankind, is not what one lie told to human beings that has not been told yet. It's a few. But any freaking lie that is being told out there in the humankind, all those lies has gotten exposed. Is not one lie good to keep. Is not one lie good to tell. Is not one. That's why when you hear stories like the Idaho fall and what the fuck is going on in this case, people that don't even know about this case, the first thing they say is, what the fuck? That's the first thing that they motherfucking say. You shared the story about the Idaho folk with people that don't even know. They don't even know that Idaho is part of the United States of America. Let's start there. I'm fucking with you. Let's start there. We're talking about people that don't even know that Idaho is part of the United States of America. And this is people that is here, born United States citizens. Here, born here in the United States. Yeehaw. People born and raised in Ohio that they did not know. They did not know what the fuck Idaho was. They heard potatoes. They heard potatoes and they heard Idaho. They thought that Idaho, it was the factory, the packaging tomato potatoes and shit. These are the type of people that I'm talking about. The people that they knew potatoes and they knew, yeah, Idaho potatoes, and they thought that Idaho was the factory, the package and brandage the potatoes. They did not know it was a motherfucking state of United States of America. This is the people that I tell the case out of fucking nowhere. Hey, this is what's going on with this criminal case. The first thing they say is, what the fuck? Dead ass. So for the Chapins to say that means that they refer right away that these 4 victims did not die because they were having intercourse, or they did not die because they all 4 was having a relationship outside of being a friend. And then the other side of things about the drug angle, that again, this is for those people. This is for those people that have brought the angle of drugs in this case. This is for you. This is for you. This is in particular for all those that has brought drugs to this conversation. Okay? Drug deal going wrong, drugs flush out, drug debt paid out, but they still got killed, and da 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 da, for all these goofy ass people. For you to even say that, then now you saying that the Chapins don't know a fucking thing. They just start there. For you to start and push a drug narrative, or that anything has anything to do with drugs and shit, then now automatically when you start those rumors out here in YouTube true crime, you're automatically saying that the Chapin's family don't know a fucking thing about what they talking about, and that you know more than the family of a victim. That's how stupid and how weird y'all look around here in the YouTube true crime streets. Y'all look weird. Y'all look square. Y'all look dutto. Y'all look mental. Dead ass. Y'all look mental. Because you try to say, oh, drug deal going wrong, this and this and that, gonzo, and this, all these other shit that y'all want to talk about, right? All this other shit that y'all share to content creators for them to take upon consideration. And then you put a story on your email so good, right? At least that's what you believe, that whatever you saying in the big old email, it sounded so fucking good that you swear to God that whatever you put there, we would have believed. You really put your hand in the sky and you swear to God that when you wrote that email and you press send, you throw inside of your head that we wouldn't believe a fucking thing you say. No. So then comes the other side of things, that then now for you to express and put that shit out there about Area Nation and about drug deal going wrong and all these other shit, right? Then you saying automatically that the Chapin's family did not know a fucking thing about their own son's death. Because I believe when they say that, that's what they meant. And I believe when they say that, they knew bottom line that those 2 angles were off the table. They did not say nothing about domestic violence, didn't they? The only person that he says that this was not domestic violence, it was Steve Goncalves, and that was after I brought domestic violence to this case in conversation. Because if Jack DeCour or Jake and Jack, with whoever the fuck of their friends, went inside of that home, and again, confirm what I was telling you since 2022 confirmed that the killers went to the second floor first. And just because they had to go to Maddie's room, it does not make Maddie as the victims. Because if Maddie was the victim, then you telling me that Jake was the one that killed her? Because if you ask me, Jake's skin cells are on the Maddie's nails, and that's why the prosecution is saying that they're not worrying about that, because that DNA, they said they know already. For them to say it is, they know already it's Jake's. For them to say it is, they already know it's Jake's. Maddie's fingernail DNA is Jake's, her boyfriend at the time. This is why prosecution want to say that they don't worry about the DNA under her nails, because that was part of her life. That's DNA that is part of her. That means that DNA was Jake's, her boyfriend at the time. For the prosecution even say that DNA is part of her private life. That mean, and they infer that they try to say that skin cells were on her fingernails due to her having sex with her boyfriend at the time. That's what the prosecution want to infer. Like, if you know how to read between the lines, the only reason for prosecution to say that is because they know already that DNA under her nails is Jake, her boyfriend. So if it was Jake who killed her, this is domestic violence, right, ladies on the chat? Because they say Maddie was the target, right? Which, again, the target was Kiely all along. So you're gonna tell me if Jack was there, you're gonna tell if Jake was there as part of the killers, do you really think that Jack Decor was not there? So now you're going to tell me, you remember when I told you a long time ago, I told you, don't be surprised. I told you, do not be surprised if the DNA they hiding is Jack and Jake. I told you about this long time ago. And I told you also that if it was 4 assailants, if it was 4 killers, that it was Jack and Jake on the 3rd floor and then their friends on the 2nd floor. And whenever Jack and Jake got to killing his own girlfriends and ex-girlfriends, and the commotion on the 3rd floor happened, then the 2nd floor got attacked at the same time simultaneously, because that wasn't the only way this could have occurred. Because if not, unfortunately, Ethan and Santa were part of the whole fucking setup too. Because then after whoever the fuck, or Jake and Jack, kill Kiely and Maddie, and they come downstairs all bloodied up, then they kill Ethan and Santa for whatever reasons. Because I guess they couldn't trust them. Like their face expression, they probably thought that they probably would have got smacked around. They probably thought that the girls would have got smacked around and whatever. We're going to shut up. They're going to get smacked around. But then when they come downstairs, all bloody the fuck up, Ethan's face expression, Santa's face expression, they were not expecting these 2 boys coming to kill Kiely and Maddie. So now when these 2 boys come downstairs, bloody the fuck up, they see Ethan and Santa's face expression. Now they see, oh, they're gonna snitch. You are under the rage, and you know you just committed a murder. You under a rage. You are under the rage influence. You are on a rage of war influence. You just killed someone. The adrenaline is pumping. And now you come downstairs and you see their face expression, and now you know that you got to kill them too. That's why they hit Ethan on the neck. Done deal. They say it was some post-mortem stuff done to Ethan. That could show some kind of hate. That could show some kind of personal hate against Ethan in those details. And then they chase after Santa, pinch her in the room, got away with her. It's the only way it would have happened like that. That it was only these two boys. If it was only these two boys, they went to the third floor like it was regular. They went to the third floor like it was regular shit. Everybody know that was regular. And they even knew that there's something was about to get dealt with upstairs. I promise you, if it was only these two boys, they did not expect those two boys to kill these girls. Because if it wasn't like that, then it was four killers. Then it was four killers. Is the only way is four killers that when the third floor started to getting done, the second floor got it done too. At the same damn time. Because if it wasn't like that, and sorry to say, and I love Kara to death, but if it wasn't like that, the third floor got killed at the same time the second floor, I mean, again, and vice versa, the second floor getting killed at the same time the third floor, it's a chance that Ethan and Sana could have known something. And that's why they were acting weird at the grub truck, that they ain't even went and say hi to Kiely and Maddie at all. Their friends went to say hi. But Ethan and Sana did not went to say hi to Kiely and Maddie. And that was weird to me. Like they acted like they weren't even there. That was weird to me. Especially when Kara told me, Jrod, that's my daughter. Many times, that's my daughter. And we went around it, we look at it many multiple times and look for the do's and don'ts and look all the angles and shit. And she said, yeah, that's Sana. I need to talk to Brett Payne and get the Apple Pay receipt. She said, I need that. She said, I'm not gonna die until I get clarity on that grub truck. She said, I need Sana's Apple Pay receipt. She got locked up needing that. Big shout out to Kara. But it wouldn't be sad to say that some way, somehow, if it wasn't four killers and it was just two, yeah, the story getting deeper though. And this is why the same fucking reason they don't want, like, again, it's crazy to say that the first time, thank you, Kathleen, the first time the domestic violence was mentioned in this case, it was no long ago, a few weeks ago, through Steve Goncalves. The first time ever after so many years, the domestic violence was mentioned, and he said like, oh, this crime scene did not have no type of domestic violence evidence. What the fuck you talking about? They overkill your daughter, bro. What you talking about? Your daughter got hit with something on her face. You talking about it was a fist. You talking about that a fist punch could have killed your daughter because that's how bad your daughter's face was. How about your daughter was hit with a bat? Huh? How about, let's say, even if he was in a gag order or not, I don't know. I don't know nothing about this case, right? I have not told you shit since 2022. That has not come out, right? Right? Everybody call me a conspiracy theories and shit. Hey, be careful with the Puerto Rican. He all about Illuminati shit. Yes, I am. Goddamn it, my whole family being an Illuminati. Illuminati it is. What are you talking about? Huh? What are you talking about? Where you been living? Huh? If it's not an Illuminati world, where you been living? In what jungle you been living? But in the same way, I have not tell you a shitload of shit on the Idaho 4 Bryan Kohberger case that everybody's like, but who's his sources? Who's his sources? How he does it, how he know these things. Well, it's for me to know and for you to find out. It's up to you to believe me. It's up to you to not believe me. I do not give two fucks. Actually, I don't give one fuck. I don't. You believe me if you do, believe me if you don't. It is what it is. But at this day today, from all content creators, they just sit on the fence and don't want to play with it. Content creators that believe Bryan Kohberger is innocent. Content creators believe that Bryan Kohberger guilty. I'm the only content creator that have given you details about this case. I'm the only YouTube true crime content creator that literally have give you details about this case that everybody was talking shit about. Oh, Jrod don't know what he talking about. All right, Dean, I told you 2022 that door was fucking open, you fucking dodo. Boom, door open. Many other things that I have told you about this case that only me, I myself have brought to the table. And everyone else of content creators and viewership have fucking go dodo about it. Because they rather to act deaf, not hear, no see nothing, than hear and see and acknowledge that he's a Jrod on point of YouTube true crime that actually does his work. They actually has sources. I'm a small YouTube true crime content creator, but guess what? I'm a big guy in life. I could be a small content creator that you could talk about, but in real life, I'm way higher than you. I'm way on a way higher totem pole. Listen, man. I wish I could share. I wish I could share, but I'm on a whole different spectrum. On a whole different hemisphere as me as human. Me as a person, I have put myself in a position to win. You understand me? I have put my family in a position to win. So when we're talking about the Idaho and Bryan Kohberger case, we have shared details not just with you, the YouTube viewer, but we have shared also details with Moscow PD in the very early stage of this crime, 2 weeks until. And we also have emails sharing our information with Ann Taylor way back then. Way back then. Our information, the little by little, I've been sharing with you. That a lot of people have put in question. Now, Jrod on point is in a situation that he got to give himself a pat on the back. Because meanwhile, y'all were talking shit about me. I was right all along. And y'all hate me, love me, don't care. But you know something that I do care about? My credibility. And since the Kiely Rodni case all the way to the Idaho 4, my credibility is top notch in the true crime community. It don't matter if you don't know my sources, but guess what? When Jrod on point has spoke about these cases, you could bet that what I'm telling you, someday you're gonna be like, damn, Jrod on point was the only one that said something about that. So let's continue, keep listening to Mr. Chief Fry.
The four were stabbed with a knife, but no weapon has been located at this time. There was no sign of forced entry into the residence. Investigators are continuing to collect evidence at the scene.
So they say that they got stabbed. to death. So, okay, all right, all right. They got stabbed to death. That's the premiere. That's the premiere. All right, hold on. Let's do this. So everybody in the back paying attention.
But no weapon has been located at this time. There was no sign of forced entry into the residence. Investigators are continuing to collect evidence at the scene.
So long story short, the murder weapon has not been recovered. So you telling me the forest as whatever you know 3 days after the killing, 3 days. You're going to tell me in 3 days you have a forensic conclusion on how all 4 victims died? In 3 days. No sign of forced entry tells you that the killer were either inside of the home, which it points out the roommates, or it's still pointing at the roommate survivors, because someone had to open that fucking door to whoever the fuck came and killed those victims. Who the fuck you talking to? Either or, it don't matter how the fuck you explain it. As soon as you say that it was no sign of forced entry, it directly pinpoint at Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk. Because either the killers are inside of that home, or the killers will help by whoever survived that killing to enter that residence. That's what you, Chief Fry, are telling the people right now. When you say that it was no sign of forced entry, automatically you pointed at the surviving victims, right? And you're still collecting evidence as we speak. And y'all took 9 days to process that whole residence, huh? That's how big of a crime scene you have, huh?
Investigators are working to develop a timeline to relevant events. Autopsies are taking place today on all the victims so we can continue to gather evidence and solve the crime.
So how, if forensics is still be done that day, November 16, how the fuck that same day you could say that the victims died by stabbing wounds? How can you say that the victims already die out of stab wounds when you just said that forensics is still being done to the bodies? So at that moment, when you say that they died of stab wounds, you fucking lie again. Because November 16, it was no final forensic report yet. But you're going to sit there and lie to the people and say, yeah, they died stabbed, because you already got this story, you idiot. You already got the script. Oh, yeah, we're going to say that we had a sheath, because we need to talk about something that will catch their attention away from the other DNA that we got there. So we have to lie. We have to lie about us having other DNA in that scene on a sheath, so we could hide the DNA of the killers. That's what happened here, and people not paying attention. People stupid. People's naive. But November 16, Chief Fry were there to say that they died out of stab wounds, when at November 16, they were still not finishing. It was forensic done to the bodies at the moment that he said that. So that means that the final forensic report, it was not even out yet. Not a preliminary forensic report. By the time he's saying that these victims died out of stab wounds, it was not even out yet. He only said that because he was already on the script of what they were about to say. This is the very first press conference that he tells you everything that you need to know now that we know what we know, right? Or let's say in this case, now that you know what you know, this footage right here tells you everything you need to know and how many lies they told in press conference number 1. Lies. Plain lies. In your face. And y'all believe anything they fucking told you. Y'all believe everything. Y'all been spending years believing that Bryan Kohberger is guilty of what? Is guilty of being chosen. He's guilty of being chosen by the powers to be the fall guy. If he say yes or no willingly, I don't know. If you ask me in my opinion, he might be. You don't know. I don't know. He might be borrowed. He might be borrowed for the cause. Like, yeah, I help you out. You help me out. This is the job that I was looking for. Work for you some way, somehow. Thank you. This is part of his initiation. A fucking humiliation ritual. For those that know about the Illuminati, it's a humiliation ritual for their own. For those chosen ones that are going to become Illuminati. All right. So yeah, Bryan Kohberger is totally innocent, in my opinion. Totally innocent. And he had nothing to do with this crime. But at the same time, I cannot tell you that he's innocent of telling the state, all right, cool. Use me if you need to. I'm down. I'll shut the fuck up. I'll play nice. I'll let you do whatever you want with me as long as I get out of this one. Don't have me in here for those years and not get me out of here, because you know you're gonna have to kill me. I'm gonna fucking snitch on you. People don't fucking understand human behavior. Bryan Kohberger is determined. Listen, they were all predetermined to get Bryan Kohberger out. He's not gonna suffer no fucking consequences about this crime. He didn't commit this crime. What the fuck he gonna suffer any consequences of a crime that he did not commit? Again, he could have borrowed himself to the state to keep y'all stupid. But that could have been the only crime that he committed. Because even him, if he's proven that he borrowed himself to the state for this fuckery, Bryan Kohberger could be found guilty in the court of law of playing the part on a major corrupted scheme to cover a crime. Do you understand me? So either way, the state is fucked. I don't know how y'all don't see what I see. I don't get how people don't see, like, damn, like this shit is actually deeper than what we thought. This could be literally everyone playing their part in this case to keep everyone stupid from the reality. And at this day today, if you ask me, it looks exactly as I'm telling you.
Investigators are working to follow up on all leads and to identify a person of interest. Based on details at the scene, we believe this was an isolated, targeted attack on our victims. We do not have a suspect at this time, and that individual is still out there. We cannot say that there's no threat to the community. And as we have stated, please stay vigilant, report any suspicious activity, and be aware of your surroundings at all times.
Because at this moment, you had to say that. At this moment, you had to say that because you knew those boys were still out there. You have to say that because you knew those boys were still out there. So you know what, guys? We're gonna leave you out here for tonight. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna keep talking about this because I think we had enough for one day. I think we having a good opening for the topics that we are going to talk about from now on. We had a good opening about the Bill Thompson malicious prosecution exposed the University of Idaho murders. I think this is a good step one to open up the upcoming conversations because I think we need to focus on this topic from now on until further notice. So I want to send a shout out to Rock Shock. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for all those beautiful donations, all those beautiful new members for the channel. Thank you so much, Amy Conway, as always, for being here in the chat. Boss Lady in the chat, keeping everyone in company. Thank you so much. Yes. No rumble for us at all whatsoever. Yes, you know how we go though. You know how we go. You know how we go. Caitlin said, yes, that makes sense. I appreciate you, Caitlin. We're working hard, make it make sense. No rumble for us. Yeah, we don't do rumble out here though. I don't know. People waste their time going to rumble. But yeah, I don't have time. I don't have time to pay attention to none of that crazy stuff that other people are talking about. We have a mission here, one mission only, that is keep people aware of what's going on in Idaho for Bryan Kohberger case and keep the people informed on the fuckery out there for some content creators. Content creators want to be they don't know how to be content creators and they just want to talk but not walk that walk. But guess what? We talk and we walk that walk. We do what we do here. We've been right since day one, and we always will be right. And we will try to keep it like that. Quality control is everything. And my name is Jrod on point. I'm here to make sure that I'm on point on everything and anything that I tell you and share with you. Okay. So as always, thank you so much, Amy Conway and Rock Shock. Love ya so much. Cave Lynn, Joanne, all the ladies in the chat, appreciate you so much. Welcome to all those new members. It's J Round Point. As always, your favorite brother, your mother's favorite son, the black sheep, J Round Point. Hopefully, you're satisfied with the work that we have done today. Make sure if you have some extra love for us, please make sure you drop some love on the Cash App. It helped this channel and this family to grow. It's very appreciated from the bottom of my heart. And I thank you so much for all the help. Please make sure to click like, subscribe, and share the content. And as always, believe in yourself because I believe in you. If I did it, you could do it too. I ain't nothing special. I believe that you're going to take the best decisions in your life for yourself and for everyone around you. Love yourself and take care of yourself so you'll be able to love others and take care of others as well. All right? Keep it positive, keep it together. And as always, I'm going to leave you with your favorite song. My favorite song. You so sexy. Have a good night, ladies. We're gonna see ya tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be here. If not, I'm gonna schedule it. But now we are talking about Bill Thompson malicious prosecution exposes the University of Idaho murders. And this is what we're gonna be talking about for a while. Because again, we always being right, and we rather to stay that way. Big shout out to everyone in the chat. Big shout out to all the ladies. Thank y'all so much. Love you from the bottom of my heart. Without you is no me, and hopefully without me is no you in YouTube True Crime. Love ya.
T-Word.